What the F is wrong with you? How dare you do this? How dare you turn back? It's about the ancients. Cloud, this is not the time to be having a schizophrenic breakdown, dude, okay? Of all the times. Actually, this is probably one of the more appropriate times. Of all the times you could be having a schizophrenic breakdown, this is actually the most justifiable. Sephi? So that's what, the third time that Sephiroth has been mentioned by name? Yeah, he got mentioned by the well during the flashback. He got mentioned by the Shinra president. What does the Jewish mysticism have to do with whatever Cloud's freaking out about? Also, note how they this was the playground that Cloud and Aerith had their little heart-to-heart in, and now it's been changed by the debris, so now there's a bunch of, like, debris laying around that's smoking. There's some shrapnel that got embedded in the top of the plaything. This is a completely different, like, pre-rendered background in the same location, but they made two different versions of it to account for the Sector 7 explosion. That's a really cool attention to detail. So yeah, I forget if I... oh, damn it. Am I gonna fight the Monster House? Yeah, Monster House. Why do I keep wanting to do ice? Yeah, it's that kind of awkward, to go back to what I was saying before, it's kind of awkward how, like, at this point, where it gives you those opportunities to just kind of, like, reload out your party when it forces your party to change. What makes it kind of awkward is, like I said, you don't really get the opportunity to do it, but if you did, it would make the fact that the characters don't really have a sense of personality about them all the more evident, because you can literally, like, oh, your party's been changed over. Okay, time to load out the tank party member, the black mage party, but, like, you're just putting the exact same materia on them, and now they serve the exact same function in the party with the exact same stat loadout. So even though the characters have been changed over, it's still the exact same party. But because this is really only a mechanic that is used during this part of the game, when you have a very limited materia selection, it doesn't really, like, bring that into, you know, stark notice. But anyway, here's what I was referring to earlier. I forgot if I mentioned this, but this is bullshit. How the fuck are you supposed to know that you're supposed to run up this thing? Like, I think they might have even made it a little bit more obvious in this PS4 release, but, like, this is the thing that always fucked everyone up. Where it's like, how the fuck are you supposed to know what part of the pre-rendered fucking background you're supposed to be interacting with? That is so convenient. Fucking tunnel worms. Anyway, that's probably the worst example of, like, fuck off pre-rendered backgrounds. Like, how is anyone supposed to know what the hell they're doing? Yeah, fuck. That's a big emotional moment that just happened, is everyone who was part of Avalanche was dead. I think it would have been more effective if Biggs, Wedge, and Jesse, or at least one or two of them, had been party members. Like, not like real party members, not like actual, like, legit party members, but like guest party members who would take part in battles with you. And, like, you would be able to equip weapons onto them and stuff. Or, like, maybe even not even that, but, like, just, like, you would be able to fight alongside them. I think it would have made it a little bit more effective in, well, now they're dead. But it's still pretty good, because they had, you know, good personalities. They were endearing, and now they're all dead. So, you know, feel good about that. God damn it. Did I totally get turned around? Okay, yeah. Go this way. Ooh, Where's the, Here it is, okay. Avant-garde or whatever. That is some good fucking localization right there. That's hilarious. Yep, so if you don't take the 5 gil that's in between the drawers earlier, you get a free turbo ether. So that's rewarding you for not being an asshole. But if you come here and you had taken the 5 gil, the kid would be crying because someone stole his money. So I hope you feel good about stealing a small child's allowance of $5, you asshole. Eris theme is playing appropriately. Eris. She ran all the way home from the bar during the time where we were running up the plate catwalk. Called Not Japan. During the Not Japanese War. There's Biggs and Jesse. I don't know if that's literally supposed to be Biggs and Jesse, or if they're just reusing those models. It'd be kind of awkward if they were. 15 years ago? Years ago, Biggs and Jesse were just playing around at the train station, I guess. That's funny. See, look, say what you want about the Lego models, but you understand what happened. The body language, like, the fact that they're, like, cartoony means they have to employ, like, exaggerated body language, but it's effective. You understand the emotion. Don't be hating on the Lego Chibi models, I'm just saying. They work. It's fine. There's nothing wrong with them. In fact, I think that they're more effective than you would be able to be with more detailed character models. You wouldn't be able to do the same things. You wouldn't be able to have Barrett punching Biggs into the camera, or Reno causing Tifa to spin around. But you still are able to get scenes like this, with a child crying, and a woman dying on the steps of a train station, and understand what is happening, and like hugging the child who's clearly inconsolable, and the music, the whole emotion, it still works. It still works. I don't think there's anything to add to this scene by making it more detailed character models, but you definitely lose something by making them more detailed character models. I'm just saying. It's a little fucked up. Ate shit. That's good. Look at this rambunctious this rambunctious child getting scraped knees and shit. Look at that transition. That's amazing. You can only do that with this kind of, like, technology. You know? That's incredible. Little fucked up. No. No! I'm gonna run away. So that's where stupid people who don't understand writing get the whole Aerith hearing the wind and shit like that. That's where that comes from, even though it's clearly her, like, talking to... It's not like, oh, the rocks and the trees and the wind. It's... She can... it'll get explained later, I guess. But, as far as we know, she's talking to dead people. Right? Like, she was aware that the husband died. And the spirit came to visit, and she saw that. And knew about that. Where the fuck is, oh, the wind is talking to me? She clearly knows that it's dead people. Even as a child 15 years ago, she was cognizant of that fact. Anyway. Yeah, literally, Aerith is some little scamp of a kid running around, eating shit, getting up, brushing her knees off, going outside to play, growing up in what is basically like third world Africa, the slums of Midgar, being chased by the secret police of the evil mega corporation that controls the world for 15 years straight. And you're gonna sit there and be like, oh, she's some flighty waif. Like, fuck off. Giving you the business. I think I know what you mean. I will allow you to see your own daughter. Your own white daughter. I want you to put that in the back of your head. That Aerith's mom is her adopted mom. And now Aerith's Elmira and Barrett, who also has a daughter, are now talking to each other about, like, parenthood. Just put that in the back of your head. Just put that in a room of your mind palace for a little bit. We'll get back to that. If I remember, which I won't. Technically it was Cloud's fault. Sigh. Yep, I know that feel. She saved my daughter, and also kinda sexy. Let's go save her. I won't tell Tifa. Damn, Marlene. Anyway, yeah, let's go, Barrett. Push it to the limit. What is that sound effect for some reason? Let's go. And they were never seen again. We'll figure it out. Let's just not think about it. It'll all work out, just don't think about it. Ugh. So we're coming up to the part that's like the grand... Like, I was just talking about, like, oh man, it's really fucked up how you have to interact with these static pre-rendered backgrounds in order to navigate. But we're coming up to the, like, the grand master of bullshit when it comes to that in this game. It's gonna be, like, real strong. Yeah, so consider that for a bit, that Aerith has got some, like, inherent spiritual connection to the planet. She can hear the voices of the departed, and her mom mentioned her hearing like some kind of like inherent mystical kind of connection, right? And it's because she's an quote-unquote ancient. And that's why the Shinra are after her. That's the whole thing with her. So again, like, Aerith is being set up as... That sounds almost cliche, right? Like, and they will take that and make it cliche... make it a cliche later in the series. With, like, Yuna, for example. But, like, Aerith is being set up as this white mage-esque character. Like, all of her limit breaks are based around healing and buffing. She fights with a staff. She has, like, she's a member of, like, the Ancients, so she has this, like, spiritual connection to the planet and can hear the voices of the dead who passed on. And all that jazz. But she's feisty. Like, the more we find out about Aerith, the more, like, the fact that her personality is not, like, what you'd expect of her archetype, becomes more important and like, impressive. I need to get something before we move on, because otherwise I'm gonna just have to backtrack, but I don't remember where you get it. Smash and grind things. Yeah, despite the fact that we're back in this area very quickly, actually, we don't have another encounter with Don Cornero. Yeah, I've got one of each already. I don't see any value in doubling up. I'm sure, you know, if you watch, like, a fucking super skill run of the game, maybe there's, like, a reason to buy, like, 5 fire materias per character or something like that, but I typically just have, like, one of each materia and try and distribute them appropriately. Okay, so yeah, that's like a hint on where you're supposed to get the items you need, I guess. There we go. Okay, so if you did not get those, you're gonna need them, so... don't really need to get Barret a mithril armlet. Oh, these children are leading us to an area that was probably there before, but we didn't know about. Because there were no obvious indicators that you could go off into that direction. The upper world. Yeah, think about how people who live in the slums of Midgar must feel about that shit. Like, they can't see the sun. They can't see the sky. They just see the plate. And as far as we know, there's not really any way for people to get the fuck out of Midgar. Like, it must be expensive as fuck to, like, get transportation out of Midgar. So to her, she's literally going like, yeah, they're going to the upper world. That is their understanding of the fucking place that they live. Give me like the shiny golden wire of hope. Yeah. You're right. It is a shiny golden wire of hope. That was a bad analogy, but let's go. What does the graffiti say? Averils? N mercy. Yeah, so this is the grand champion of fuck you, figure it out. Like, how the actual H are you supposed to know how the fuck you're supposed to get through this pre-rendered background jumbled mess of literal bullshit? It's actually apples and bananas. Especially if you didn't realize that you needed to go get the batteries first. Because you literally cannot progress without them. So not only are you, like, trying to navigate and figure out how you're supposed to move forward, but you're also might not have the items that you need in order to progress. There we go. Oh, and this is just the worst. Oh, I hate this part. God damn it. There's like really no way to put it into words how fucking retarded this part is. Look, if you want to tell me shit like this is why the game needs a remake, I ain't gonna argue with you on that one. This is pretty fucking, like, aggravating. There we go. Christ alive. Yeah, imagine not having the batteries and having to go back after doing that. Speak of the devil. We gotta go down in order to put a battery in, and now we have to do that shit again. Oh, all I got was an ether? Fuck, I didn't even have to do that. God damn it. Okay, the emulator makes it a lot easier because you can just ×3 speed, though. That's funny. There we go. Okay, I think there's a sound cue, actually, that makes that a lot easier. If you jump right as you hear the sound cue, I think that'll be fine. There we go. Whew.